How much do you need to retire comfortably? It has to be one of the most regular questions we get asked as advisors. The most common error though is that people are always looking for a single number that provides the answer to this question, whoever they might be and whatever their lifestyle might require. This, of course, is a fool's errand, as what you spend your money on retirement and what I spend my money on in retirement are likely going to be very different. Lots of people have tried to have a go at putting a precise figure on things though. The Pensions and Lifetime Savings Association and the University of Loughborough carried out a really large piece of UK-based research and concluded that a single individual requires £33,000 a year and a couple need £47,000 a year for a comfortable retirement. They define a comfortable retirement as a lifestyle that allows you to be more spontaneous with your money. You could have a subscription to a streaming service, regular beauty treatments, and 2 foreign holidays a year. Now, you might be sat there thinking that a Netflix subscription and getting your nails done isn't exactly a luxurious retirement. Well, we also surveyed over 1,000 individuals who had more than 250,000 in investments in our own Saltus Wealth Index. And 64% of respondents believed they would need more than £50,000 a year in retirement, regardless of their marital status, and almost 15% believed they would need over £80,000 a year to maintain their standard of living. The reality is that everyone is different and all research pieces tend to come up with varying answers. A much better approach is to take time with an advisor to analyse what you spend now and how this may change in retirement, and a plan can then be built specifically around you. So once you've worked out how much you might need, how much should you actually have invested when you retire? Well, the 4% rule is famous the world over. It was formulated by economist William Benjamin, and he determined that regardless of when someone retires over a 50-year period, their pot will always last 30 years as long as withdrawals are maintained at 4%. To make use of this rule, first you should check if you're eligible for a full state pension. If you've made 35 years of national insurance contributions, you'll receive just under £9,340 at state retirement age, and it should rise with inflation, hopefully, for the foreseeable future. The remaining income you might need over and above your state pension can then be divided by 4% to provide a very rough estimate of the pot you might require. So for a couple with full state pensions who are after around £60,000 a year in retirement, they'll need a pot of over £1 million, and a single person looking to achieve the same will need over 1.2 million. Although it's really important to remember that these numbers are gross of tax. If you haven't structured your assets effectively to reduce your tax position in retirement, you'll probably need closer to 1.5 million as a couple to achieve the 60,000 net a year. There are some major flaws with Benjamin's method though. It only analyses markets up to 1976 and so doesn't allow for how modern markets and economies have developed and changed. It also doesn't consider future return rates, as it's all based on historical data. Withdrawals could easily be needed for more than 30 years. It takes all asset classes into account in all scenarios, so results would look quite different across the risk spectrum. And finally, it assumes your withdrawals will stay exactly the same throughout retirement, and life just doesn't work like that in practice. The best method for determining exactly how much you need to invest for retirement is really by having a bespoke cash flow plan created. This can take into consideration variable withdrawals and capital expenditures you might plan to make, and allow for a range of market returns as well. So, how much do you need to comfortably retire? Well, have a cash flow plan made to find out. Rules of thumbs and estimates are helpful to get you started, but really they can't be relied upon. If this is a question that's been giving you some concern, it's probably best to take some advice. Because remember, your money really does matter.